Also, this is the best part in the game to grind limit breaks, if you've ever been curious. That area right there is the best area in the game to grind limit breaks. Oh god, this is scary. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh my god! Yuffie just got super roasted. What happened there? Oh, what is going on? What the? Okay. I've been bamboozled. What in the world? They just melted me. What in the what? The other one didn't do that much damage. What happened? Oh my god. That was something. Holy crap. My life flashed before my eyes. Like, ow. Holy crap. Oops. I didn't mean to jump. Yeah, I deserved it. I did not deserve it. I did not deserve it. That's English. Hey, what's up, Hulk Smash? How's it going? And thank you for the 100 bits, Whitnoo. So anyways, like I was saying, I always rag on DLC because right now companies do not understand how to use DLC correctly. Back when DLC first came out, when the PS3 came out and DLC became a big deal on the PlayStation Store, and I think even before that, PC games had DLC and stuff. When DLC started becoming big, what companies would usually do is they would release their game as a $60 full game, and then after the game did well, if the game didn't do well, usually companies just wouldn't even have DLC. They would just start working on the next game. But if the game did well, they would release DLC for the game. And they would take into consideration like what was good about the game and what was bad about the game, and they would create a DLC. So for example, like I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good example of a game. This is kind of a bad example because the DLC for Devil May Cry kind of blew. But like for example, Devil May Cry, they had the normal game, and then the game came out and it did pretty well, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna have a Virgil story, and you know, this isn't what they did because they screwed up the Virgil story. But if it was a good DLC, then they would have been like, okay, Dante's story was good, but people had trouble with this, and this, so we'll make a Virgil story and we'll fix those problems and we'll add some new content and boom, sell it for $15, whatever. And people that loved the game would buy the DLC, and people that didn't like the game wouldn't buy the DLC, and that would be the end of it. But in today's age, DLC does not work at all like that. DLC is planned from the beginning of the game creation. Like, they create the game, and as they're creating the game, they plan the DLC, and they say, okay, you know, we're going to have Call of Duty, and it's going to have 9 maps, and then we're going to release another map every month for the next 4 months, and they're all going to be this price. And they don't take into consideration, you know, when they release the game, you know, the gamers might think, oh, you know, this is pretty good, but the maps are a little too small. Like, I think the best example, I forget which one it was. I want to say it was Black Ops 2, but one of the Call of Duties, I remember everyone's complaint was that the maps were too small. And the DLC, every single DLC that came out with it, all the maps were small because they made them prior. Like, they already had them planned. So they couldn't go back and say, okay, well, they don't like the fact that they're small, so let's make them bigger because it was already planned. But that's just the beginning of what's bad with DLC. There's so many other issues with DLC. From the fact that, like, companies actually come out with DLC that is, the fact that companies actually come out with DLC that is basically like a texture pack or like a skin or a costume for a game that's not even multiplayer just blows my mind. Like, who, like, why? Why would you buy, you know, a cool suit? I think one of the biggest examples for me was Sleeping Dogs. Sleeping Dogs had so much DLC that was just like outfits for your character. And I'm sitting here thinking, you're playing this alone at home. Like, unless you're a streamer, like, you're sitting at home alone playing this. Why would you care about your costume? And again, maybe you do care about the costume. Maybe you thought that was really cool. That's fine. But then the prices are outrageous. Like, for a one-player costume that only you are gonna see, it's like $5. It just blows my mind. Like, to think that Sleeping Dogs right now on sale is like $8. The whole game is $8. But back then there was DLC for like a costume for like $3. It's just like, it just blows my mind. But the thing that really frustrates me is that DLC is planned now. Is that not the absolute reverse of what DLC is supposed to be? Thank you, Whitnum, for the 52 bits. Like, that would be like if you sold skis for the summertime. To me, selling DLC early or selling like season passes when you first release the game before the DLC's even out. Companies now sell season passes. That is the equivalent to me of selling skis in the summer. Like, I don't understand. That's like the whole point of DLC is to like improve on the game experience. So I don't understand, like, at all. Are you leaving, Whitnum? See you later, dude. You will stay here as Cloud, even though you're leaving the stream. But yeah, like, that's the first problem, is that I just don't even understand how that's even DLC anymore. The second problem is that it's overpriced. The third problem is that they spam it now. You know, like Dead or Alive has like 87 million DLC costumes, which is just not necessary. And then, to make matters worse, companies are now used to selling like 80% of their game and then selling the rest of it through DLC, which is just unbelievable. Like, that's just something that I can't get over. If I feel like a company is selling 70% of their game, I won't buy it. Like, just out of my own, like, I just don't feel like it's the right thing to do. Back in the day, these companies had to create a full functioning game that worked and sell it for full price and hope that it did well. But now, game companies can just sell a game that straight up doesn't work, and then they're like, we'll just patch it. We'll just sell a DLC for $10. You know, we'll just, like, patches have gotten insane. Like, it shouldn't be okay. Like, I read a review the other day on, I'm actually gonna go back and save so I don't get gooned on this bridge again. I read an IGN review the other day that someone was like, this game came out and the multiplayer was completely broken. It didn't work at all. But, you know, a week later, they released a patch that fixed it, so it was all good. That's not all good. There were, like, hundreds of thousands of people that bought the game at full price, and it didn't work for a week. Like, how can you say that's good? Like, it's good that they fixed it, but that doesn't give them, you know, a full pass, like, oh, okay, it's totally fine, they fixed it. Like, no! Like, tens of thousands of people paid $60 for a not functioning game. Like, you can't just throw that under the rug, like, it's fine. Like, someone has to take responsibility and be like, yeah, this was garbage. We should, like, give a refund or, like, give our first DLC for free or, like, something. Like, you can't just be like, well, you know, they fixed it, so it's all good. Like, people waited months for that game, and then it came out, and you gooned them. Like, that can't just be a thing that happens. So yeah, it's just, like, it just doesn't... DLC is just not what it used to be, and it makes me mad. But, to answer the actual, like, original question, it was about Crash. I don't really mind, like, level DLCs. Like, level DLCs are fine. If you're gonna make a game and you can't stick the level in the regular game and you want to sell it as a DLC later and you want to plan it, I mean, yeah, I think it sucks that they're gonna just plan it. Like, why isn't it just part of the regular game? But it's not the worst thing in the world, you know? Like, I can understand that, at least. It's not gonna, you know, make me super angry. And I'm glad that they're saying it now. The only thing that would be frustrating is if it's, like, really expensive, because it's like, It sounds like it's gonna be one level or whatever. And we already bought the game. Why make us pay like $10 extra for a level that could have easily been included in the normal game? You just didn't want to include it. Wow, that attack really blew. That was not fun. This whole fight is not fun. We're all paralyzed. We're all dead. This was a disaster. Frickin' pincer attacks are absolutely no fun. Yeah, no fun. Yeah, and part of it is definitely the fault of the publishers who pressure the devs into releasing the game early, but at that point, if the devs are making you release the game early, then this is all you do. You come out and you say, hey, we got to release the game by holiday, so we're going to release it, but in 3 weeks, we're going to have this patch that adds the rest of the game for free. No one will be mad about that, you know? Nobody will be mad about that. Hello? Keyboard? That was weird. Thank you, Ataru Black, for fixing the bit count. Stupendous Jimbo is within sniping range. Oh boy, we might have a new boss today. No, that pincer attack exists in the regular game, but pincer attacks aren't that scary in the regular game because you can just nuke down one of the sides and then you're good to go. And enemies don't usually do that much damage, so you're not worried about, like, actually dying. But enemies do, like, 200 damage in this mod, so if they hit you from behind, they're doing 400 damage, and that's gonna rip you apart. Thank you, Zuloff, for the 1-bit, breaking the bit count. How's it going, Reddit once? Did you have questions about the mod that I missed? If you have any questions about the mod, just go to YouTube and type in Final Fantasy VII Hardcore Mod and watch my first video, because I explain all of it within the first, like, 5 minutes. And I also explain it all in the description as well. So that would probably be the easiest way to get info, without having to, like, ask it, and then I see it a minute later, and then I start explaining it, and then you ask again. Down below. No problem. Yeah, like, I don't mind answering questions, but sometimes it's just hard because I'm talking about something else and someone else is chatting, and then I forget your question, or I don't have enough time to explain it well, so yeah, it's all, like, super explained in that video, so it'll just be easier to watch that, and you can, like, you know, watch it at your own pace. I think some has to do with the youth kids that don't want to wait, they just want everything now, they don't care about quality, it's more about quantity. I disagree. I think a lot of people have that idea, but I don't think it's true. People are like, kids today just want a quick spin on, and you know, they just want a game where they kill things and they automatically win. Which, there is some truth to that, but it doesn't mean that it's gonna work. Just look at Final Fantasy 15. They thought they figured it out. They're like, oh, we'll just have a game where you go around and fish and stupid crap. This is for the new fans. Are we dead? Okay, Yuffie's dead. Like, are we dead? No. I killed myself on accident. At least I didn't get pincer attacked to death. Yo, what's up, Urban? How's it going, dude? Sloth himself. Oh no! Not again! Oh my god, dude. Please, like, poison him or something. Anything. Oh my god, it's so much damage. I cannot compete with this damage. Oh my god, it's gotta be almost dead. It's gotta be almost dead, come on. Come on. Oh my, why does he hit everyone with that? Die! No! What was that attack? He like ran past me and then kicked me. Thank you guys for the small bits. They all count. And look how full that cup is. Look at this cup. It's like stuff falling off the edges. Look at those robots. Alright, I think I'm just gonna use a 10. Actually, I'd rather use 10s than others, to be honest. So I'll just do that. Alright. Well, at least we don't have to do all that crap again. We can just go. Jaren with the 100 bits! Thank you, man. The Jenga bits. Blew up the top of the cup. Thanks, man. Just my opinion on what I've seen. I'm 33, so I've been through a lot of game trends, and I hate this DLC before a game even comes out. Yes, it's the worst thing ever. The thing is, I just don't think that you're right that a lot of people, like, I don't think the kids agree with it, you know what I mean? I think everyone hates this DLC thing. I don't think I've had anyone tell me, like, man, I love when a game company already plans their $20 DLC. Like, I don't think anyone likes it. I think the kids are just more susceptible to, like, dealing with it because they don't know anything else. Like, they don't know how it was before. They just know what it is now, so they deal with it. But I think everyone would agree that they would rather DLC go back to a time when companies actually cared about it. Now it's just a money grab, and kids are just like, well, everything's a money grab, so whatever. It's not, you know, it's not the biggest deal. If a DLC is so outrageously overpriced that no one's going to buy it, it's not like we're forced to buy it. I just wish it was back to when it was acceptable. You know, I would be willing to buy a $30 DLC for, like, my favorite game if it was, you know, not planned, but, you know, they knew what they were doing with it. They released the game. I was like, man, this is my favorite game, but the issue is, you know, the levels are too short. That's the only thing. If the levels weren't so short, this would be my favorite game of all time. And then the company says, I see what you did there. I'm going to release this DLC that has longer levels just for you. Then I'd pay for it, like, no matter what the cost, unless it's, you know, ridiculous. It's worth it if the company is really going to listen to its fans and release a DLC that makes sense. I don't have any problem spending a good amount of money. It's worth it at that point. But it's just companies they just realize that they can make money off a DLC for the same price of, you know, why make one game and then wait a year to release another game when they can just keep making money off the same game? I mean, it's like, it's easy for them. Why not do it? Oh god. You've been bamboozled again. I think we'll be alright though if Shiva kills him. And the other thing too is that, like, if you hate DLC, then you can just not buy it and it's fine. You know what I mean? So it's not the end of the world. But that's where the frustration comes in, where companies like to release only half their game and then release the rest of it in DLC. People that don't like DLC are just never going to even experience the whole game because, you know, it wasn't sold as a real game. This is terrible, dude. They basically, like, one-shot everybody, and Yuffie got Petrify. And Shiva didn't do crap. I should have used different. Wait. But yeah, it's just a different time, you know. Because back in the day, companies had to rigorously test their games to make sure it was good, because they couldn't just patch it later. And that's the other reason that patches are, like, ruining video games right now, because I swear companies just don't even test their games anymore. We have seen so many games that I have played with just obvious flaws that any tester would have played the game and been like, hey, can you unbreak this, please? Like, I feel like the testing is bad right now. It's just not as thorough as it should be. And back in the day, they couldn't get away with that stuff, but now they can, because they can just be like, well, you know, patch it. And, you know, big multiplayer games, I know I gave, like, Call of Duty a lot of crap, but there is something to be said for, like, big multiplayer games with, like, big servers. A lot of times when they release, they get a bigger load than they thought they were going to get, and the servers go down, and I completely understand that. But then there's games that are, like, single player that have some terrible glitch, and they're like, oh crap, we have to patch this. It's like, how did that get through this cracks? Like, did you not have anyone test the game before it came out? Uh-oh. Back again. Alright. We got this time. As long as Ifrit kills those things. Oh my god. Okay, we're good. We got 2 cures going off, so even if it doesn't kill him, it might be alright. I think I did it this time. What's up, Hitman? Alright, we're good. Honestly, my biggest complaint with video games right now are trophies. That is my biggest complaint. I complain about it all the time. I hate the way trophies work. I really do. It's just the work. Like, I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you're a game company out there, hire me to do your trophies. Just before the game comes out, just send me the game and be like, hey, give us a list of trophies for this. I will gladly, for free, because I swear the people that create trophies have no idea what they're doing sometimes. I don't know, because like I thought maybe because I stole the Phoenix Downs I was getting that fight, but actually it was in a different spot every time, so I think maybe it was just coincidence. These guys never have anything good. They're tense though. I don't want to listen to your gross story. Ooh, yeah, beast though. Ooh, they have carbon bangles. And a force stealer. I did not know you had that. What can I sell you, good man? How about... wait, how many mithril armlets do I have? I have 3 sitting there. Don't I have like 2 equipped? I have 1 equipped. And it sucks. I'll just sell the other mithril armlets. I could sell this too. I can buy 1. I'll be back to buy more. Actually, I kind of want to keep the 4 slots, so... just to level it up. What's up?
My computer is stupid.
Your computer is stupid. Why is your computer stupid?
I keep trying to print this thing. It's not that long. And it starts printing the first page, and then it deletes the print job.
I have no idea why it would do that.
Well, it is.
Just try restarting it.
What, the computer?
Yeah. It's always, that's always step 1. Step 1, restart computer.
Well, because I was doing that before and I just tried it again and then it worked the second time.
Think I know anything about printers? Printers are the 8th wonder of the universe.
I don't think it's the printer, it's my computer. My computer keeps deleting it.
Well, then try restarting it. I guarantee 1 out of 10 times it'll work. Step 1, restart whatever it is that isn't working. Step 2, throw it out the window. Death the computer expert. Did you restart it? I don't know. I have no idea why a printer would start a print job and then stop it. And I know nothing of printers, so all I could think of is restart the computer. That's as far as my expertise goes. Ah, crap! I gotta download the DLC for the printer. The DLC that makes it work, of course. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Better go on. Nah, just stand there. Just stand there and do nothing for the next 8 hours. Also, that guy's standing outside the boundaries of this little corridor there. You ever notice that? Did you get the trophy for printing 250 sheets of paper? Yeah, I don't know. I hate almost every trophy list I've ever, not everyone, but if you look at the trophy quest, there's a lot of them that are bad. There's a lot of trophy lists that are just like, why would they do this? Like, just the other day, we were doing Borderlands pre-sequel, and we had to get a trophy that was completely RNG based, and you had to have a co-op partner. So you had to have a co-op partner sit there until you got what you needed. So not only waste your time, but waste your friend's time to get a completely RNG redundant trophy. Like, isn't the point of getting a trophy, like, because you accomplished something? Because you beat a boss? Because you did something cool? Not because you, oh, do I even have enough gil? I don't even have enough gil. I gotta go back and get gil. Like, yeah, it's... I don't really mind RNG trophies, but part of me says, like, why even have a trophy that is completely RNG? Like, that is not even how trophies should work. But that's just the beginning of terrible trophies. I think, hands down, the worst trophy I've ever gotten in the history of forever is that Ratchet and Clank trophy for standing on the conveyor belts. That is by far the dumbest trophy I've ever gotten. Like, I don't think I'll ever find one that's more stupider than that. Like, I will try and try. I have 74 platinum trophies. I do not think I will ever find a trophy dumber than stand on 4 separate conveyor belts and let the conveyor belt drag you to its destination. So basically you have to stand in 4 different spots and press nothing on your controller. And that's how you get the trophy. And it's a hidden trophy with zero clue as to how to get it. So you have to look up a guide. You will never, ever find out how to get it without looking up a guide. Because who would think to do that? No one. No one would think, let's stand on these conveyor belts. And there are 4 different conveyor belts in 4 different parts of the level. And you have to stand at the front of the conveyor belt and let it drag you all the way. And it's super slow. I'm telling you, it's the absolute most ridiculous thing I've ever done in my life. And yeah, okay, maybe it was a joke, and maybe, you know, it's supposed to be funny because Ratchet and Clank is kind of funny. But then, for God's sakes, why in the world would it be hidden? That makes so little sense. Like, just, it's incredible. I've never, and there's many trophies like that in that game. That game I gave that game a 1 rating, I think. It's the worst trophy list I've ever seen. But like that one's the worst. But there's plenty of oh great, thanks Joker, sweet, just what I was looking for, just what I wanted. Thank you for the bits, by the way. Yeah, there's one that you have to break every lamp in the city, which I kind of understand because it's Ratchet and Clank, and those used to be kind of like how skill points worked, and since there's no skill points in the game, they tried to make some trophies that were kind of like skill points. So I can kind of understand, even though it's really stupid to go through and break every lamp in the city, but I could kind of understand where they were coming from. But again, that's a hidden trophy. It's not like a skill point where it gives you like a hint, it gives you like a clue, it's like, man, it sure is bright in this city, and then you have to go break every lamp. No, it's just question mark, zero, nothing, just a completely hidden trophy. So you have to think to yourself, what could they have made this trophy for? Could be anything in the whole game, could be located in any city in the whole game, but I think this trophy must be to go to this specific city and break every lamp. That must be it. Uh-oh. We got a mini Yuffie. We got a mini Yuffie in the house. Oh my god. I can't do any damage to these things. This is no bueno. Yeah, I just, like, I don't know what they could be possibly thinking. And then there's games with just straight up broken trophy lists, like Terminator Salvation, that has, I think, 8 gold trophies, and that's it. 8 gold trophies, and all of them are just for completing levels. Who at Sony looked at that and they were like, that's good. Someone had to have looked at it. Like, someone had to have seen it and been like, did you not know there's bronze and silver trophies as well? Like, somebody must have known. But no, that somehow passes. That just baffles me. What in the world? How could they even think? And then there's trophy lists that are just uninspired, like Final Fantasy VII on PS4's trophy list, which is literally just get 1,000,000 gil, defeat Emerald Weapon, defeat Ruby Weapon, get all the limit breaks, beat the game. The end. No uniqueness whatsoever. No, try to beat Emerald Weapon without the underwater materia. Try to beat Ruby Weapon without Knights of the Round. Like, you know, just anything that's like fun. Just nothing. Nothing. Just the tiniest amount of effort they could possibly put into it. Also, these enemies are absolutely just tearing me apart. Just completely destroying my will to live. We're gonna go back to these ones and just cast Shiva and get some. Although I gotta go back across the Bridge of Death. This is probably not a good idea. Yeah, I've said that before, Dark Lord. I completely agree. I don't understand why, like, Square wouldn't go out, like, wouldn't think even for a second, hey, maybe we could call up, you know, all these people that play Final Fantasy VII for practically a living and ask them to come up with some trophies. Or just even ask them anything. Just, you know, hey, if we were making a PS4 version of Final Fantasy VII, what would you like to see in it? No, that would take too much effort. Why put in effort when you can just release it and, you know, who cares? Run, 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 run. Oh my god, I actually got away. But yeah, I don't understand. I really don't. I really don't get it. You know, Final Fantasy X. Yeah, then there's trophy lists like Final Fantasy X. Can we talk just a moment about Final Fantasy X? Just a moment about the worst trophy list. The second worst trophy list of all time. absolutely zero effort. Let's just, whatever, you know, they were already going to do in the game, let's just make that a trophy. But then, just to finish it off, let's throw in a trophy that makes you finish the sphere grid with every single character. Why in the world, what reasoning could they have possibly had to make that a trophy? Who was sitting in the office thinking, you know what this game is missing? 30 hours in a menu, that's what it's missing. Let's put in a trophy for that. Just incredible. Incredible. I should look at my trophy quests and look at what other ones I've put really low ratings on. Because there's a lot of them. I mean, I find more terrible trophy lists than I do good ones. And let's not even begin with like glitched trophy lists. Doom on PS4 was one of the glitchiest trophy lists ever, but they patched it, which is nice. It's nice that they actually care about it and actually patched it. But when it came out, it was terrible. Almost all the trophies were glitched in some way. If you, basically all the campaign trophies, if you quit the campaign, if you like turned off the game and turned it back on, they all nullified and you had to play the whole game over again. Yeah, and apparently the next one we're getting is pretty bad too. The Digimon Next World Order trophy is super grindy. I mean, I don't like really mind grindy trophies if it at least leads to something. Like the Final Fantasy X trophy, you kind of do have to max the sphere grid with at least one character in order to. Okay, that was really nice. I get to overlap 2 limit breaks here before they get to attack and hopefully escape. Like, I didn't mind having to max out the sphere grid because you kind of have to in order to beat Penance. But there's literally zero reason to max the sphere grid with every character because you really just want to do it with 3. There's not much reason to switch characters during the Penance fight because you're just going to want the 3 that you want. Switching isn't... The only thing that would matter, once you're at max stats, they're all the same except they're overdrives? Yeah. Couldn't even remember the name. They would... Like, there's no reason to switch characters unless you need a different overdrive, and you have 3 out, so you're going to just have the 3 out that you want out. And trying to keep more characters alive is silly, so you really just want 3 maxed out characters. Maybe 4, but definitely not all of them. There's no reason to max out like Lulu, or just most of the characters, Kamari. Like, there's no reason. You don't need to do that. Wait, you need 3,000? I thought it was 300! Oh my god. What have I done? Thank you guys for the constant 1 bits. Appreciate it a lot, guys. But yeah, it's just when you're making a trophy list, like, it's okay for it to be grindy, but have some mercy. Like, if it's just something that's nonsense for no reason, like the Final Fantasy VII trophy, you had to get Great Gospel. You had to teach Eris Great Gospel. Why? Why would you need to do that? Like, that's more of like a extra thing just to do, you know, because it's not useful to do, and all you have to do is sit in Coral and grind, like, for something that's not even going to be useful late game. It just, why though? Why do that? Can I kill these things? I really don't know if I can. I don't think I have enough damage. I don't have sense materia. Dodge lightning a ton of times. I mean, at least that's more of an issue with the original game and not the trophy list. I don't know why that was even in the original game, but they decided that was extremely important. I kind of want all the materia that I have currently. Screw this for now. Let's hope I don't get the bird battle. Yeah, dodging the lightning was crappy. Red 13 has no MP, so I'm not even gonna try this. Oh, the Coral Inn is 50 gil a night. I should have done that. Alright, I'll just use a tent. They're not actually that expensive. These battles give a ton of gil, so I could honestly just keep doing these battles and keep buying tents. Ah, crap. Let's do this, actually. Oh. Oh wait, this is fine. That's true. You got me there, Mendo. Don't kill Cloud. Oh god, that poison tick. Poison really sucks on active battle. Poison does an absolute megaton of damage on active battle, whereas on wait it really isn't that bad. It doesn't do much at all on wait. This might have been a mistake. This might have been a terrible mistake. Red 13 running away looks funny. Death and his others. Hey, leave me alone. Leave me and my others alone. Run! When you do the snowboard in Final Fantasy VII, does it matter which way you go? It doesn't really matter in terms of like big impact. You land on a different part of the glacier, but that's it. It doesn't keep you from getting anything. But yeah, depending on where you turn, you land in a different spot in the glacier. That's the only difference. And depending on how fast you are, you may or may not be able to pick up good items before you faint. But then you can always just go back and grab them later, so. I figured out the other day, it wasn't the other day, it was a while ago. It was when I did the, why did I run away from that? It was when I did the materia guide. I found out that you can touch the hot springs and faint, and you can still go fight for Alexander. I always thought you had to touch the hot springs and get to Alexander, but you can actually faint and it still allows you to fight her. Which I did not know. My mom gets really annoyed that the TV volume is at an odd number. Your mom is an odd duck. Trying to coat my shirt in coffee. It's supposed to go in my mouth, not on my pants. My wife hasn't been back in, so I'm wondering if her restarting her computer actually just fixed her printer. That was basically a ace in the hole. That was like a Hail Mary play. She was like, my printer isn't working. I was like, restart it, maybe, because I don't know. I think it might have actually worked. Don't you love it when you just Hail Mary a solution and it actually works? Especially if it's for someone else, because then you're just like, yeah, I knew restarting it would work. Obviously it would work. Of course you just restart it. It happens to me all the time. I had no idea what I was doing. I still getting bit? I'm still getting bit things from like a while ago. I got M tentacles. Good old M tentacles. What leveled up? All? That's actually really useful. So, I'm just gonna use tents, because, like, sleeping at the inn would be better, but I don't like the enemies by the inn. I don't like the outside enemies because of the jokers, and I don't like the bridge because of the pincer attack. So I'm just gonna sit here and use tents until I'm out, and then I'll go back to the town, buy some tents, and leave enough money to buy my my ticket. Can you not just attack Yuffie? That would be great. Maybe having a bit war? Hey, more power to you. Speaking of bit wars, I wouldn't go trying to donate for any of the characters today. I don't think we're gonna get to any of them. Oops. Wrong button. Use Freeze Lightning just to try to get our next limit. We're definitely not getting to Vincent or Sid. I guess we could get. We are about to get to Kate Sith. Now that I think about it. So we still have an hour, so we should get to Kate Sith by the time the stream ends. So I guess if you want to donate towards Kate Sith, you can. The other two characters are still a while away. I forgot that we get Kate Sith like right now. That's how all this starts. Sarah Brown's like, shh, I'm winning. Don't tell him. This is a really good spot to train. Red 13 might get his next limit because his next limit is based on kills, and he's getting a ton of kills. He's getting like 4 kills per fight because he's doing all the work. So Red 13 is gonna be really close to getting his 3rd limit break, which is crazy because he just got his 2nd. But yeah, like I said, this is the best place to grind for limit breaks. You can get them really fast here. We're coming up to the character no one likes. We're almost at 3,000. Does he have enough to summon again? I guess I'll use Shiva once. No, my stream doesn't end in an hour, but Final Fantasy VII does. We end Final Fantasy VII at 12:30, and then we do fan request for the rest of the day. Fan request, Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, I can put it on the list. Look at you guys talking like you're the only ones in the chat. Yes, I would like not Crash Bash. Yes, I would like Xenogears or Ori, please. There's other people in the chat. This isn't the Hard Black show. Oops. Having Sid on top of the character list and Kate Sith third is triggering me. Yeah, I couldn't have put that in any worse order. It goes Kate Sith. Well, actually, it's backwards, so Kate Sith, Vincent, and then Sid. So just look at it that way. It's just reversed. I just put the next one on bottom, so it'll remove and then it'll drop down. See? Now you're not triggered anymore. Or maybe you are. If you are, I can't help you. Cannot help you. What's up, General Advance? We had to grind the money to get into the Golden Saucer because I spent all of it. And I'd actually like to grind for Cloud's weapon as well, because the desert is mean. Can we like finish up this fight here, or are we just gonna die, or? Thanks, Warg Dragon. I'm immensely enjoying your comments on my stream. Plus, I'm really underleveled, so this is going to be good in a variety of ways. And it's honestly not even going to take that long. A couple more fights, and we'll have enough money for both the Golden Saucer and the Force Stealer. And we'll be on a higher level. Not really worried about grinding materia as much. I just think the natural progression of materia is fine. It would have been nice if I had the Bizarra and Thundara for the Genova fight, but we got through without it, so. Death, have you been working on any speedruns? Every Monday and Tuesday we do speedruns in the morning. Hey, Kayuna, thank you for the 100 bits, man. Appreciate that a lot. Every Monday and Tuesday we do speedruns in the morning. Right now I am speedrunning Puzzle Star Sweep. I have the world record in every category, every story category. I'm going to start working on single player, but I don't really like the single player mode as much. I like the story mode a lot better, so I don't know how crazy I'm going to get with those speedruns, but it's a lot of fun. You should definitely check it out. It's a really fun speedrun to watch. I think I'll do Holy Christmas! I was not expecting this. I made a terrible mistake. Oh my god! Just do so much damage! These pincer attacks are just the worst thing ever. Look, I never even got a turn! Unbelievable. I really have to be, like, ready for a pincer attack at all times. Back to square one. When's the speedrun for this? I think I'm done speedrunning Final Fantasy VII. Although I thought of maybe doing another one just for fun, just like a casual one. Maybe I'll practice the strats that I've missed out on over the last couple months, and then do like a casual one after a hardcore mod sometime. That would be fun. Just like a I don't even care what the time is, just show it off kind of thing. I would like to beat my record just because, you know, with the new strats it should be pretty easy to break my record. So it would be cool to like break my record and get a new time for myself, even if it's not that great. Oh, the 1070-bit! Boom! Look at that cup. Just got decimated. Thank you so much for that 1070-bit donation. GG. Thank you, man. Appreciate that a lot. Get a little foam finger in the chat for that incredible donation. Jimbo, 372 health. Who's gonna snipe it? Jimbo is done for. Am I seriously gonna lose this again? Oh my god. There's the announcement for it. Everyone's been spamming the bits. The bit stuff is behind. I appreciate it a lot. So I guess I'm just gonna save after every single tent because these pincer attacks just absolutely roast me. What do I use for speed running? What do you mean by what do I use? Yo to Snipo. How's it going? He uses his mad skills, yo. The program that keeps time in save states? Well, I don't use a program for save states. But keeping time, it's called Live Split. It's a freeware. You can go download it. I don't use any save states in any game that I run because I don't run emulators. I run all my games that I play and all my every game that I play and every speedrun that I do is on console or the regular PC version. This isn't even an emulator, this is the Steam version modded. The only time you guys have ever seen me use an emulator is when we play Final Fantasy VII on PS1. That's an emulator because it's the only way I can cheat save files into it. I think there is a way to actually cheat save files into the actual PS1 version, but it's too much of a hassle, so I just use the emulator. I have saves on my PS1 version, but they're not that great. They're just kind of endgame files, so I don't use them.